Hey, what's up? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of day you're happening to check it out here. Lumberton Church fam, great to have you back in as we do Wisdom in October, going through the book of Proverbs, and we're on day 5, which means we are in, yes, you guessed it, chapter 5 of Proverbs, and it's a good one, guys. It's a good one. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and just put the video on pause, go check it out, come on back, and I'll be here waiting for you. Ready, go. Okay, anyways, so we're back because you unpaused me from going to make sure you read the chapter. And I just wanted to, again, kind of point out three main little things that I want you to just consider. One of the verses that really stuck out to me is verse 8, and it says this: keep your way far from her, don't go near the door of her house. And this is the sensual woman, the adulterer, the harlot, you know, depending on what translation you're reading. It is just the woman that is kind of out to get you in a way. And verse 8, I just think is really important because it encourages us, like Jesus said, you know, if your right arm offends you, right hand offends you, cut it off. It doesn't mean that he wants you to literally go cut off your hand, but he does want you to take drastic measures to keep yourself away from sin, to keep yourself away from those trappings. And so I just was really impacted just afresh by verse 8. Don't just keep your way far from her, and don't even go near the door of her house. So like, you could go to the door, and nothing will happen. Like, that's not over the line. That's not crossing the line, but it sure is dancing with the line. Am I right? And so just the main principle there is just stay away from sin. Stay away from those things that would try to entice you and pull you away. And then verse 12, I just think is one of those moments in life, you know, and you will say, how I hated discipline and how my heart despised correction, and how unpleasant at the time discipline can seem. I mean, the Bible even says that discipline in the moment, everybody hates it, but later it produces a fruit of righteousness, a harvest of righteousness. And so we need to be a people that are given to discipline, given to correction, that we accept correction, that we accept people's feedback, that we repent, that we change our way of thinking, that we change our behavior, that we follow hard after Jesus. And then lastly, just to kind of drive that point home a little bit more, verses 22 and 23, a wicked man's iniquities will trap him. He will become tangled in the ropes of his own sin. He will die because there's no discipline and be lost because of his great stupidity. A wicked man's iniquities will trap him. And that's why it goes back in verse 8 to say to keep your way far from her. Keep your way far from sin. Keep your way far from iniquity, because otherwise the ropes of your sin will entangle you and trap you and leave you helpless and hopeless and alone. And so we want to be a people that are familiar with discipline, familiar with correction, giving ourselves to those things so that we keep our way far from that dangerous woman's house, you know, the harlot, the prostitute, the woman that's the seductress, the seducing woman, that we would keep our way far from her, and that we would not even go near the door of her house, you know, let alone the bedroom. We're not even talking about that far down the road, but don't even go close to the door. And that we would be a people that are dedicated like that to righteousness and holiness, and that we wouldn't be afraid to be a people that have standards, that have have a conscience and that we stand up for it and we actually help encourage other people to walk in the same way. Because we don't want our iniquities to trap us, and we don't want to be tangled in the ropes of our own sin. He will die because there's no discipline and be lost because of his great stupidity. Let it not be said of us. Let it not be said of us that we're stupid and lost and dying and hurting and broken and trapped by our sin. But let us be a people that draw the line far away from sin, and that we maintain a life of commitment to holiness, righteousness, and uprightness as a people. And let that be our testimony. Let that be the thing that draws people to us. With that, I just encourage you, go check out chapter 5 today if you haven't already. And I'll catch you back here tomorrow for Proverbs chapter 6. It's going to be great. So I hope you're having fun. Go ahead and you can subscribe to our channel, and that way it'll be easier to find future videos that we put out. And also, if you like to subscribe or hit the bell, then you can get reminders anytime we post a new video. And it's just a fun, easy way to keep up to speed with what we've got going on. And hey, share the video with a friend and say, hey, why don't you check out the book of Proverbs with me this month? Let's just get a bunch of people reading through the book of Proverbs together this month and just be girded up with wisdom in the month of October. God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.